A very good afternoon, ladies and gents. You're here with Harlequin D for a bit of Thrash Brawling fun. We are in the last day of the Thrash Brawl, in the last few hours actually. We just take a look. We've got about 2 hours left. The stam's not regenning anymore. Been an interesting brawl so far. There's been 3 different background effects. The first being Enhanced Poison 2, which kind of did okay with my deck. The second day being Enhanced Heal 2, which was abysmal for my deck because I'm not carrying a lot of heal and came up against a lot of mono imp and mono righteous with a lot of heal across the decks and field, and that was just horrible. And the third day that we're on at the moment being Enhanced Strike 2, which is probably the strongest background effect for my deck. At the moment we're sitting at about 1051. We do keep losing ground on that. Lots of people dumping, having saved the energy just like we have. 23 hits, 2 hours to go. So let's take a quick look at the deck and what we're going in with. It's the normal Barracus with the sort of protect stripping in Feeble all 1, the strike 1 if it gets through past evade and whatnot, Enhanced Poison 2, which wasn't used in my deck previously but now is used, and I'll come to that in a moment. The flagship card, the Demi-Constrictor, really kind of heads up the deck. Massive survivability, as I spoke about before. Evade 4, huge health pool. Counter 7 means that it's doing damage as soon as you place it, and Enfeeble 3, if it activates on the 4 cooldown, is sweet because it synergizes with the Arc Nova Elite with the Strike All 2, particularly on the third day. I mean, that's an enhanced 2, so that's Strike All 4. Plus possibly the Enfeeble 3, plus possibly the Enfeeble All 1 from Barracus. So either we're getting rid of the Protect and still going to strike hard, or we are just layering over that Enfeeble and it's just going to be a mass field clear if we can get the sort of synergy going with the Demi-Constrictor and the Arc Nova. In order to keep those cards up, we bring in the Taz Quad for the Xeno sort of focused heal 6. The Rally 4 kind of gives it a good punch, or gives one of the other cards a decent punch, but the Jam every 3 also slows down the deck, so that's a nice card. We bring in our fairly new Arcane Sin, which is the quad of this card from the rewards, I think, from the last brawl actually. Armor 4, Strike 5, Pierce 6. It's nice for a 1 cooldown, decent health pool, and really does help in chewing through some of the more armor tanky type cards, particularly if they're carrying heal. Get those out of the way. Righteous decks, mono imp decks, that sort of good stuff. Slow down the enemy deck a bit with some more jam in the form of the Augur Ream. Rally Imperial 5 is nice because it always lands on the card, because it's the only Imperial card that I've got in the deck. Decent survivability in the Evade 3, gives you a little bit of options if you're kind of facing off against something that's going to strike or whatnot. And Evade's massively important on this last day with the strike enhancement. We'll jump over that card. We'll move on to the utility cards in the deck. The Purifier Quad, a nice 1 CD for a weaken 4, again slowing down the deck. Can be used as a sacrificial card. Has a decent health pool, can kind of slow them up long enough to get the other cards that you need activated. And finally the Sacred Sanctuary for heal 3, rally all 2, and weaken 4. So that's the kind of typical deck. Now you'll notice I have a new person in the deck. Say hello to my little spiky dude, the Zillianail. This is an absolute beast card. It's counter 5, inhibit 3, poison 5. Comes with a 9 attack on a 2 CD. Now the survivability is not massive. It does carry inhibit, so it can kind of stop the cards that's facing off against rallying, or prevent them from healing. But it's just such a powerful card. With that massive poison 5 plus the enhanced poison 2, you can see why the first day was pretty epic, really, with the buff on the poison background effects as well. If playing the Taz and the Sacred Sanctuary, then it will stay up. And what it's really good at doing is if you've got the Sacred Sanctuary in and it's producing this Rally All 2, or if you've got the sort of Taz in ahead of the Zillianail and it's giving this sort of Rally Xeno 4 and it lands on the Zillianail, is that really tanky decks that have kind of got going, the Protect's up, the Heal's up, there's lots of armor. The Zillianail just needs a sort of single 1 damage or so, 1 to 2 damage, because then it loads this poison into that card. And it can just turn the tide. It can break a card. If you start getting the jams off against the hills, that card will eventually go down. So it kind of gives you that slight edge against righteous heavy or mono imp, you only need to do 1 damage, and you're starting off with 9. If you can get some rally on top of it, you just need a glancing hit, loading that poison, and starting to break the deck down from within, really. So it is a great card. The only thing I don't like about it is the name, Zilla Nail. That's just really pants. I mean, if we look at the cards that it takes to make the Zilla Nail, you can see that they were Zilla Fang. You know, that's scary. Fang, that's a scary thing. That turns into the Zilla Claw. Again, claws, scary. And then they thought for the third card, you know, we're going to go Talon or something like that, something scary. And no, they went for Nail. That's completely the wrong way around for me. I hate the name. I think it's the worst part of the card, but the card itself is just amazing. So hopefully we'll see that in action today. Like I say, we do have 23 hits to do. You'll notice in the deck just before I do start playing these fights out that I'm missing the Trampling Anvil, and it is sad, but it was time to put it out to pasture. The Trampling Anvil was not a bad card. It just weakened my deck slightly because it was taking too long to get the other cards out. So playing the slightly shorter deck does sim better. If we look at some of the sim results here, you can see that without the Trampling Anvil, you're just getting a slight tweak on the decimal. I mean, this is played to a lot of iterations. This is surge mode against tier top, so you know the figures are low because I'm a kind of mid to high mid player. I'm not a sort of top player or anything like that. So the surge results are fairly low, 20% win rate, 20.7% win rate against top tier decks. That lowers if you add the Trampling Anvil in. I mean, it's really close, but it does lower, and that picture is the same under each of the background effects that we saw in this brawl. So under Poison 2, 21 plays 20. You can see the hill, just the drop in the deck there. 16.4 plays 15.7. That's just lacking any hill cards. I had the choice of making either the Zilla Nail, or I could have made a potato, which would have given a massive hill over the top of the deck, a quad potato, quad Aegis there, but chose, you know, the Aegis. If I made the quad of that, it's a lot of SP, and it's just for one brawl or the next event that uses hill as a background effect. The Zilla Nail really did push the deck up. I mean, tier top, it went from 13% surge rate, 14% surge rate to about 20 under no effects. So long term, kind of the Zilla Nail was the way to go. And if we look at the sort of strike, we're looking at 26. So you can see the improvement in the deck there because of the strike coming down from the Sin, and the strike coming down from the Arcanova Elite, of course. Now these play orders are just what the sim is using. Human play order, you kind of react to what's in front of you. So let's actually get in and start doing some battles here. Now we have been pushed to 1051. Is that still where we are? See if we can get a refresh here. Maybe. And we'll just see how we do. We've got 2 hours on the clock. We'll be probably about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast we play. But the rewards for this aren't anything that I'm interested in. I don't want the Octane's base. I don't have a mono imp deck. I'm not interested in a 3 CD Reaver. So really we're just fighting for the our own self-target of can we beat our last rank, and how well can we place. I would like to get in the top 500. I think that's going to be doable unless we get royally trolled on the picks. I think this is 1 to 200 might be out of reach, but we'll see how we go. So first up, we've got a slightly weakened Helcon. He's not a maxed out one, so we're not expecting a full mono imp deck, but we do have a pay card here, the Berserk 2, Poison 2, counter 5. So it's on a 1 CD, so we're going to have to be really careful here, because we haven't drawn the Demi. We haven't really drawn anything that's a good reaction to this. So we're going to go for the Sacrifice on a 1 CD and just start weakening him. There's the potato coming out for the hill. It's not a quad. Or is it a quad? No, that's not a quad, I don't think. Let's bring in at that point the Sacred Sanctuary. We'll see if we can keep the Purifier quad up while... Nah, the Purifier quad's gone down, but we do have the Demi, so we'll put that in. He's going to take a huge amount of damage. He's going to take a 10 damage on the first hit, but it will kill the Berserk card, and then the hill can start coming in. We'll probably pay the Sin next to start chewing through this armor. and the protect of this card, the Stronghold Fortifier. So we're in a little bit of trouble here. There's a 1 CD card out here. This could have been, would have been nice to see a 3 CD card come out just to give us a little bit of time to regroup. We have a decision to make. Do we bring in some heal for the demi, or do we bring in something to start chewing through this? That's going to do a strike 4 and a pierce 5. So at some point that's going to play off against the Sin. I think at this point we need to get some jams out and keep the demi up. So we're going to go ahead and play the Taz quad. And now we've got a bolt out, so we are in a lot of trouble in our first match here. We'll see where that jam lands. Hopefully it's somewhere useful. Okay, that wasn't that useful. Okay, so the bolt's now got free reign over what it wants to hit. Do I want to react to the bolt with the Sin? Which will take that 5 but start chewing through. So let's just see here. That Masterwork Aegis will probably kill itself on the demi. Shift everything over 1. That's going to activate and start berserking like heck on the demi, which is not good. But the bolt's then going to be playing off against the Olga Ream. So I think we need to bring the strike in. It's going to be really our only chance at this point. There's a lot of protect up there. So actually the potato doesn't go down, so maybe I should have played this in. I misread that because there must be some protect all out. Yeah, protect all 1. And enhance all armor. Okay. So we'll just see how this goes. It should finally go down next turn. Okay, we've got the jam off against the Stronghold Fortifier, which isn't the worst thing that could have happened. This bolt is concerning me. It's getting out of hand already. We've got 2 Berserk cards now, but the strike is coming down. So this is a tight match. It's not something that we really wanted to draw for the first one. The game's out of our control, but wow, that strike. That's just absolutely awesome. There was no evade there, and we just cut through that protect and took that win. So I was worried unnecessarily there, but getting the strike out was the right move, even though he took a hit from the bolt, and just getting that strike to do the field clear. So yeah, a bit lucky. Again, more mono imp. This time we're up against an elite soldier, 1 CD, strike 3 pierce 4. So we kind of, yeah, if we jam that, then we can get the rally on the Taz and do some damage as well. So because there's no evade on the elite soldier, so we can get a jam off. He brings in a sanctuary, so this is an easier deck. You can see that these aren't dualed or quadded or anything like that, so we're just going to go ham on this deck, bring in some maximum damage. We are up against a flurry unit, but that's fine. We'll bring in the demi just in case as backup, but this should be over. Once you get these cards activated, there's a lot of damage coming down, particularly with the strike buff. So strike 5 plus the 2 coming in for that. Let's get some more jam on the field. So the protect is now up. Protect all Imperial 2, so it's just something to be aware of. It's going to nullify the background effect, but we're still going to be hitting hard. Let's just strike all the things until they go away. You can see that Sin doing its work there. It doesn't care about protect. There you go. So we'll just roll that deck down now. Getting some serious damage from that strike coming in now, with the enfeeble 3 coming across the top. That's what I like to see. We have had some issues with losing points. So I've played a match and lost 2 points and only got 1 score. So I'm just keeping an eye on it. If I see it happen, I'm going to refresh the client. I've also had a couple of seized games towards the end where the energy was taken but the score didn't increase. So I'm just keeping an eye on things. I may refresh the client depending on how things go. We're down to 777. That's a nice round number, and onwards. More mono imp. What is this? Okay, so we're facing off against the elite squadron, which is going to do a protect Imperial 3 on itself, basically. Strike 4 and a pierce 5. So we need to jam this fairly quickly. The evade on the auger is good to dodge the strike. He'll do some damage, but nothing that's too worrying. So we'll put that in. You can see the strike missed there because of the evade, which is nice. I'm just wary of this the buff on the strike cards. We've got some protect coming in now. If I put the sin in, there is the chance he's going to get hit with the strike, but I think it's probably a chance we've got to take. We've got to start chewing through this because that's a lot of protect that's going to be coming out. Otherwise, protect Imperial 2, protect 3, enhance armor. So now we'll play some health and start trying to get our health balls back. So the elite squadron goes down. We've got a potato out on the field. Going to play the Demi at this point, start trying to get this synergy up. Hopefully we'll be getting the Arcanova Elite soon. A jam off against the Sim, which is really unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that the jam would try on the Augur and it would be able to evade it, but that Sim's going to go down. Well, the rally on the Augur is rally 5, so it's going to go up to 11. Protect all Imperial. There's no armor on this card, so it'll probably take that out, which is cool. Let's bring in the Zilla now, and then we'll play the Arcanova Elite after that. So that's good. That means that the Sin actually survived. The Augur I don't mind losing because it's done its kind of job for the moment. And connection lost. There you go. Beautiful. And more connection lost. Welcome to the world of Tyrant Unleashed in the last 2 hours of a brawl. Just what we didn't want, really. Hopefully we can get this connection back. Hopefully it will start us again from where that match stopped, so that we do get, because I think we were heading for a nice win there. Come on. Remember the brawl where all the servers just kicked everybody out and fell over. There you go. Okay, we're back in. We're back in. Panic ye not. But yeah, for people watching that are new to this game, do not leave all of your energy until the last hour. There is a chance that everybody does that and the server sees up, which we saw once, and people just couldn't use the last of their energy. They actually, to be fair to them, extended the time limit. So we're just playing that through. Okay, where did we get to? We wanted to bring in the Arcanova Elite. Now there is a flurry unit opposite. Will the Augur Room go down, or is my Arcanova Elite about to get flurried? I'm okay with it if it does. It will probably survive. He says, as the Arcanova dies a horrible death. No, we're okay. Let's bring in the Taz for a bit more heal. This is interesting now. We're going to get the Enfeeble and the Strike coming in next go, which is what we've kind of been waiting for here. Boom. So very nice, very nice. Just setting that up, saw what was happening in the early game, through the mid-game set up the synergy with the Demi Constrictor and the Arcanova Elite, and then sort of benefited from that in the late game. So we're happy with that. 20 hits left, 663. And onwards we go. So, Barracus leading with an Augur Ream. I hate when in Surge they play an Augur Ream first or a Taz first. It's kind of really difficult to get out of. I'm going to play the Arcanova because he does have evade and he's got some strike, which actually the Augur will probably dodge. But at least we can inhibit the Augur and stop it from rallying and hopefully kill it with the Arcanova. We've got a Sin opposite as well. This is not a nice start. Very low cooldowns. I'm at a disadvantage here. We've got a lot of strike coming out from the Sim. We're going to have a jam. So we'll go ahead and play the Augur. Try and dodge some of these skills that are coming out at us. Try and dodge the jam. Try and dodge the strike. And we've got a poison card out. So that's going to be doing poison 5 because of Barracus's buff. Pierce 6, so we don't want that hitting our Sin. That would be very bad. Are we okay to take the poison on the Demi? We've got the Taz in hand, so we can back it up with some heal. I think we're okay with that. So there you go. We've prevented the Augur from rallying, but unfortunately it still did enough damage to take out the Arcanova Elite. We now have 2 activated cards for the enemy, which is not a good position to be in. I'm going to take the hits to the face from these two and play the Sacred Sanctuary. I'm not going to put any unit in there, I'm just going to let them hit Barracus for a moment. Ooh, it's horrible, it hurts. Sacrificial card, save me. I think with the quick CDs coming out quickly, as they are wont to do, and the strike now coming in from the Arc Nova and 2 Sanctuaries up, that's the end of our match on that game, which is a pity. I don't like to lose one, particularly around the kind of, where are we, 700 mark, 750 mark, but it is what it is. 650 mark. 19 hits left. Come on, Harlequin D, you can do this. What do we want to play there? Oh, let's use the poison trick. Let's see if we can do that, and just hope that the armor's not too high. We'll play the Taz and try and prevent the potato from doing its heal. Taz is going to probably, well, one of these two is going to get jammed in the next go from the auger, so we just need to be aware of that. Chances are they're going to get a strike hit from the elite soldier as well, so I'm going to play some heal. Got the poison in and the jam on the potato, so that potato is going to go down fairly soon. Jam went against the Zillanelle, but you know what, that's okay. I'm going to bring the auger in, try and dodge that strike. Give it a 1 in 3 chance. No, the strike's just hitting the nail, which is really annoying, but it's the way it rolls sometimes. And we've got 3 CD cards in, so we've got some time now. We've got stuff activated. Let's get some damage out on the field, bring in that strike. And you saw that Zillanelle just doing an awesome job at loading that poison into the potato and taking that out of the equation. Got the jam off on it as well, and that's game over. We just roll that through for the win on that side. Pretty nice cards though. So let's take a look at how we're doing. 540, 18 in hand. We're going to get into the top 500. Let's play some quick CD under the Tartarus. We'll take him out before he does too much damage. This card is cropping up all the time at the moment. Elite Squadron. Okay. So we are going to take some strike to the face. I'm going to need some heal pretty much after this. You see that Sin just cut through that Tartarus there. Got the strike and the hit. He's down to 1 though, which is not great. I could have done with drawing the Demi-Constrictor there for the Bane of Truth to hurt himself against, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. So we're playing the Purifier. The strike hit the wrong thing. The Sin is now down. The Purifier is down. Play some jam. Just hope to stay up for long enough for the jam to activate. I really could have done with that Demi-Constrictor coming out to start whittling down these troops, because I hate to say it, but this is painful. And you see that strike buff just doing wonders there. So finally we get the auger out and we can get a jam on something. More strike coming down. We've now lost our hill from the Sacred Sanctuary. We've lost any chance of hill from the Taz. That went a while ago. We're going to get jammed from the auger, but we finally have 1 activated card from the auger ream, and we just pray that we've got enough on field to deal with this. I mean, the jam's gone off against the nail. The nail's dead. We've got some strike coming in, but is it going to be enough? It's not. The Trampling Anvil is going to hero tank our Arc Nova Elite. Well done. It's not even a trampling, is it? Yeah, Crushing Anvil. The plucky Crushing Anvil took us. And there you go. So we're up against some more strike here. Gonna play some early jam. Oof! God, that strike buff is doing my head in. We're gonna get jammed, which is not great. And we jammed the Taz. Oh, epic Taz killed the Arcane and jammed the Taz. I love it. That was absolutely ideal. Well done, Taz. Oh, buddy. God, that strike. Ow, ow, ow. This is great actually, because the strike buff is really giving these lower decks, free-to-play decks, just epic opportunities to do well. It's a really good background effect. It's been good fun having 3 different ones. Actually, kind of mixing it up a bit. Play some jam in. We should have this game though. He says, hopefully. So they're bringing in the morziqt from the Nova. We should be able to take him out. Come on. This Taz has just been man of the match for me. That was epic performance. We've got jam off against the Nova. That's always nice. Layering over the enfeeble from the commander, sort of strips off the evade and allows the augur to jam. That's always good. So 16, and we're only on 454. Ah. Fun stuff. Right, okay, let's have a look at this judgment. Evade 1, protect all, raider 1, jam every 5. Let's play the Arcane Sin in. Start chewing through that. Bring some jam in. Hopefully we'll chew through this judgment before... Ah! Jam! That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I missed that. Oh well. Okay, back to the normal battle strategy of setting up for some major strike then. Let's go Nail next, and then Arknever Elite after that, and then Taz after that, because we would have pulled that out by then, hopefully. Go on. Yes. He's through, finally. Now he's got to start working on the potato, and he's jammed again. God, this card's doing well. Stay up, don't go down. We need some jam work here or something. Yep, that will do. Ah. Oh well. Oh, he's at 1 health point. He's not going to get any heal this turn. So let's bring in some Xeno based healing for that side of the deck. And we've got our strike up now, so all should be good. There you go. That wasn't too bad. I think we're down to 15 hits left, 373. Right, potato. What I want to do with you? You're going to heal through the demi, heal all 3. So the demi's going to be doing not really enough. Although it's Barracus, it's not mono imp. So maybe demi followed by jam to stop one of those hills. Yes, demi followed by jam. That's a very good plan. Sacred Sanctuary up next. Do we want to take the hit to the face of Barracus? Yes, we do. He's going to jam one of us here. Now that Pierce, be scared of that Pierce. Let's try and weaken him down a bit. Okay, got a jam off on the Taz, not on the potato, so the potato is still happily healing himself. So we are going to get jammed this go. Probably the Purifier will get jammed. Ah, the potato's got no... That was nasty. The Purifier weakened the potato to the point the potato didn't hurt the demi and didn't kill itself. So yeah, that's one to watch out for. We've now got some strike coming down on us from the Susie, and we've got some flurry coming in over here. This is looking a little bit scary. But oh, ow, stay up. Now we've got our strike out, and let's see what that does. Does that improve things at all? Yes, I think it does. I think that improves things quite a lot actually. Let's get another one of those in. Where's that jam going to go? Probably went onto the augur and got dodged, or the demi got dodged. And that was all about the field clearance there, thankfully, with the demi up and the Arknever Elite up. So it's 3. Should we take that with the demi? I think we should probably take that with the demi. Let's hope we get some heal out. Otherwise our demi will eventually go down. Look, ask and it shall be delivered. Particularly because they played a 3 CD structure. Or is that a 2 CD structure? Anyway, that's pretty good. He's going to get hit by that spiteful raptor though. It's not very nice. Do I want to? Yes I do. I want to jam that spiteful raptor, or whatever comes out next. And we'll bring in some beautiful Taz Hill. Wither Snares, Hill All Bloodthirsty 3, Pierce 7. We've got a Veiled Defiler coming out. So yeah, this could be interesting. Let's get this strike up as soon as possible basically. Look at these sweet dual jams going off here. That's lovely, that's what we like. Next go we're going to get some Epic Strike. We don't need it, the deck's nearly dead, but we'll still have Epic Strike. You ready? Put that Enfeeble on, more Enfeeble. Oh, you don't even get to see it, the cards are gone. It would have been epic. So, there you go, take that win. 13 13 to go. 252, so not a bad little rank. Let's just take a quick look. 252. Okay, you can see the scores are still pretty close all the way through here. So let's keep going. Got a Taz out first. It's going to get an insta jam. I don't want it to jam the Taz. I don't want it to jam the Arcane Sin, and we've got a horrible opening deck. There's no evade. Opening hand, sorry. There's no evade. So yeah, sorry Purifier, your days are numbered. But now that jam's out of the way, we will bring in our own jam. And Purifier just about stays up, which is pretty epic. I want to bring in some poison. Okay, got the jam off against this Nexus there. Purifier did go down. That didn't seem like very much damage there, or did I just misread that? Bring in the demi. Just desperately trying to keep our Zilla up. That's going to hurt from the ton blocks. Yep. This Taz is being all sorts of problematic to me. And that's a lot of damage on the commander coming through there. Lots of damage. So we haven't got any cards that are activated and hitting at the moment. We're just taking a huge amount of damage to the face from pretty much everything. We are just about healing through. How long that lasts I don't know with that strike. We've lost our Arc Nova Elite, so we don't get that sort of strike coming down. But the demi kind of does just enough to take out this Zilla now by the looks of things. Oh, that was kind of close. Not one that I would have liked to kind of bet on halfway through that match, but I'm not going to complain, even though I only picked up 48 points on that, but there you go. Like I say, not going to complain. 12 hits left. Be afraid of this strike all too with the buff, so we will, what do we want to do? We want to kill it. Kill it with strike and pierce and all sorts of nasty stuff. Hills coming in. We are probably against a mono imp, apart from people adding strike cards in because that's the buff, so just one to watch out for. I'm going to bring in some jam. The two CDs going to kind of match and get a jam out fairly quickly after these cards activate. Let's bring in even more jam. Jam all the things. Jam everything. That's what I say. Bring in the demi. Get the jams off. There you go, dual jams. Beautiful. Buys us enough time to bring in the nail and then the Arc Nova Elite. And everything is groovy. What is this? What are you? Garrison Fortifier. Okay. That's fine. We don't mind. 4 CD card. That's a brave thing to run in today's meta. But there you go. So just cutting through. I mean, this card has been so invaluable for being able to get that Pierce 6 on a really low CD. far better than the Steel Maiden, waiting for 3 turns and then waiting for it to build up some damage to bring in that Pierce, so definitely a good swap. 192, 11 in hand. Ooh, Spiteful Raptor. Do I want to feed you to my Demi-Constrictor? I do. It's going to take poison, but we've got the Sacred Sanctuary in our hand. So, there you go. Go and kill yourself. More poison. Poison buffs. Let's get some heal out there. And we'll bring in the Taz to try and jam. Hopefully the jam will land on the Noxus tank. I don't want the jam to land on the Spiteful Raptor. What I want is the Taz to heal the Demi and jam the tank. What it's probably going to do is heal itself and jam the Spiteful Raptor, but that's just the way things go. Let's bring in the Arc Nova. Ah, no, yeah, well, it was halfway there. It healed the Demi, but then jammed the Spiteful Raptor. So not ideal, but, you know, it's just about up, so it's going to get one more heal off. Where do we want to go? We want to play some jam. That's what we need to do. The Spiteful Raptor's taking a long time to go down. And the Taz is going to go down there to the Augur, but the Spiteful Raptor's finally gone down. Our Demi is going to die due to the poison. We are going to get 1 strike only with the Enfeeble. So we need more damage. There's lots of evade here though, so not very fun. That's why the strike didn't really work. So yeah, that evade is probably going to save this enemy deck. Just those last 3 cards having evade managed to dodge most of my strike. Oh, but we do get the jam off against the Arc Nova Elite, which is pretty perfect. With the Zillion coming out now, we'll be able to do some damage to this Susie. We've still got a lot of strike. Nah, that strike is so potent, so potent. But there you go. So another loss. What's that? 2 losses. 10 to go. Oh. 191. Right, Mr. Potato, I'm going to clobber you with my poison. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to heal up with some Sacred Sanctuary. Bolt. We don't like bolts. Well, yeah, bolt's okay with a Sin. That's not the worst thing that could have happened. We got the kind of heal in place. We need to jam this Spiteful Raptor and try and heal up our Zillion a little bit. You see a massive amount of damage going onto that bolt. Hopefully, what do you got? Armor 4, yes, so Zillion is now going to poison it, so that's not too bad. Hopefully we'll get a heal over from the Taz and a jam off. Where did that jam go? Or was he already activated? Maybe. So yeah, the poison just ripped through that bolt, which is what this is so good at doing. Perfect. I'll bring in some more jam. Look at that. Nice free reign with the damage output now. We had good backup with the Demi-Constrictor nearly coming in with the Arc Nova, but I don't think we're going to need it. That poison's just ripping through everything at the moment. There you go. 9 in hand, 166. Let's see how far we can push this. Okay, so we're now facing Mono Righteous. I think that's the first one of this final rush. I've played quite a lot of it through the last 2 days. We don't have our Sin, which I would desperately want at this point. So we are going to play the jam in. Because the thing is with these guys, you have to try and jam them to stop that rally and to stop the healing. So unfortunately we pick up our Sin at the wrong time because we don't want to get hit with a double rallied Noble Defiance, because that will rip straight through the Sin. So we're going to go ahead and play our short CD and try and reduce the damage output. Now we can play our Sin because hopefully the Purifier Quad will stay up for long enough to take the damage from the Noble Defiance. You can see the rally even going through to the Zodiac is quite scary. Let's get our Demi-Constrictor out now because we're going to need that. Now you'll notice there is no evade, so if we can get the Arc Nova out and stay up long enough, we'll be okay, but it's going to be really close. So some more healing out with the Sacred Sanctuary. We've got the Taz in place, which is going to do the jam and keep everything up. We're not actually going to need that strike. The Sin and the Demi have kind of done enough with the jams coming through. Well, we are going to need the strike. God, that was massive damage. You can see how scary that rally is with the strike coming out. So now we do get our strike out with the Arc Nova, and in the nick of time, really. We get another one of those, just ripping through that deck, and you can see why the Righteous Mono is so scary. 137, so it's getting tighter around this ranking area. Each win isn't pushing us up as much. We've still got 8 in hand. Let's see how many of these we can actually win. We've got the Arc Nova Elite out early, so we'll sort of face off. It's going to be doing a lot of strike, but we don't really have a choice other than to face it with the Demi. That's kind of not a good card to play ahead of it. So we didn't bring the Taz out, which we could have done with doing. Let's go ahead and play our Arc Nova Elite and dodge the jam from the Taz and dodge the strike from the Arc Nova Elite on the enemy side. We're up against some flurry here on the Bane of Truth, so it's going to do 10. Is that right? Yeah, 5 plus 5 is 10. I don't think it's got a rally on it, so we'll bring the armor in and try and sort of armor through that flurry. He's taking a lot of strike and he's taking a lot of flurry. Unfortunately, our Arc Nova Elite has gone down, which is really unfortunate, because we could have done with that strike coming out in the final moments. There's a lot of damage here. I don't think we're going to take this one. Lots of damage, and our heals were nowhere to be seen, which is kind of what lost it for us there. There's the Taz late, along with the Sacred Sanctuary late, and we needed, it was such quick damage, we needed the heals in place straight away to be able to deal with it. I don't think our Demi's got enough hit points, even with the Sacred Sanctuary in now. The Taz was jammed, so it's not going to get the 7 heal. And you can see there, they've just flanked us. So unfortunately lost that. It would have been nice to have kind of gone further getting wins. We've got 7 in hand, 137 in the rankings. Up against some more imp with some strike thrown in, because that's the background effect. We're going to face that off with a quick Arcane Sin. Bring in some health to keep it up, because we've got a 4 CD card out next to it. Arcane Sin, that's interesting. So without any protect, I am actually going to face that off against the Demi. Let it kill itself a bit. Luckily the strike from us landed on the Arcane Sin, taking it out. We also took a strike from their one, so we're down to 2, but we're going to get a couple of heals in from the Sanctuary before the enemy cards activate. So we're just going to try and slow them down when they do activate, but I think this is pretty good. Taz is probably going to jam the Arcane Sin here, and we'll see if it does fall upon the Augur and it can dodge it with the evade, which would be nice. No, the Sin's down, so the Augur does dodge it because there's no other target to hit. It could have hit the Taz actually, so yeah, got a bit lucky with that. Although it wasted jam because we killed it that turn. That's okay. We're looking very nice here. Not really a problem. And we run through for a win on that. It doesn't really matter what they play at this point. Everything's up. There's just too much damage coming down. So a nice 59 points. That's what we like to see. 113 rank. So we've secured 500. I don't think we're going to secure the 100. We may secure the 200, which is pretty epic if we do. That's definitely the highest I've ever ranked. Getting a 200 rank would be nice. How much we push back over the next hour and 22 minutes, I don't know. I'm pleased if we get to the 1 to 500, to be honest with you. We won't be able to push in enough and make inroads in to hold the 100, I don't think. There's going to be people dumping now, and this rank is going to lose pace, even if we manage to get over the 100 mark with our last 6 fights. Let's see what we face. Augur Room coming out quickly, which is always a problem. So we can either try and cut through it with the Arcane Sin, knowing that we're going to get jammed if we don't kill it in time. So we're going to do 6 plus 5, but that plus 5 could land anywhere on the next go. It's a bit risky, so we will just play the demi. It's probably good that we did, because we're going to need this this sin to actually go through the Susie. So I'll take the jam. That's fine. I'm fine with that jam and the sin this go. We can bring in some heal. It's doing a lot of damage to the demi, which is really unfortunate again. So do we want the Never Elite out at this point? It's going to get poisoned by the Spiteful Raptor, which isn't ideal. Plus taking 7 damage. 7 plus 5 equals quite a lot. That's 12. So let's try and use these that are now. That's probably not going to work, but we'll just see how we do, because we're going to be taking a huge amount of strike here. We're going to be taking a huge amount of poison. It's not looking particularly ideal for us. There's a flurry coming out on the right, which we'll take to the face. I don't think the Zillion is going to stay up long enough, and that's just too much strike too soon. So not a lot we could do about that. That deck there. It's a pretty good deck. Lots of strike, making the most of that. Oh, connection lost again. Making the most of that strike buff. Okay, so welcome back. We managed to reconnect. We've lost this fight, as we knew from the last match, so we just take that loss. Have we got 4 or 5 left in hand? I can't remember. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got 5 left in hand. Rank 114. Okay, so this is a scary looking legendary commander. I don't normally see this. Enhance all evade, rally all Xeno 1, and siege 3. Krellis. Normally you see sort of Nexor coming out for the Xenos. So this is probably going to hurt. Genetics Chasm, evade 2, heal Xeno 5, rally Xeno 6 on a 3 CD. Okay. I think we play the Augur while we've got a little bit. Whoa, what is this? A Star Burner, look at that. That's amazing. Protect Xeno 6, Pierce 6, Inhibit 3. Probably going to need. Do we bring the heal in or the Zillion in? Well, there's going to be a lot of Protect coming out and a lot of heal. So let's bring in the Sanctuary for a minute. Protect all Xeno 3, Enfeeble 3. I don't feel that this is going to go the way I specifically want it to go this fight. Let's bring the Taz in. I'm going to play the Nail and hopefully benefit from the rally to do some huge damage. Is that a good idea? Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Let's mix it up a bit. So we've got to jam off to try and slow this card down, because that's kind of scary. We're taking siege hits from the legendary commander here, siege 3, so our sanctuary's not going to stay up forever. At this point we'll bring in the demi constrictor. So I don't think we got our jam off there from the Taz. We're now facing a world former for the Enfeeble 2, leech 7. I'm going to bring in the strike from this Sin. We've got another one of these scary cards here. Look at this. Rally all Xeno 2, strike 4, jam every 4. So it's going to do. Oh, wow. Oh my. Oh god. That. Did you see that? That was like 18 or something. That's just phenomenally scary. Okay, that's fine. We're not worried about that. We'll just kill it, so it doesn't do that again. We're going to have a flurry coming in here against our Nail. Oh my god. Thank god it was poisoned. Look at that. Oh, wow, what's this? A Tremor Weapon. Okay. So yeah, that was probably the scariest deck I've faced this brawl. I have no idea what half those cards were, but it didn't really matter. So we've just broken through the 100 rank. We've got 4 in hand. Let's battle again. And we're up against Mono Righteous, so we can expect some bolts, probably maybe some Noble Defiances, but definitely bolts coming through. So we're going to cut through as fast as we can. The armor, we had a fairly good opening hand, We've got some armour out with the Pierce. We've got some jams out, which we'll play. Try and slow down the hill and the rally. Or is this just going to be like a Zodiac spam? That would be amusing. Okay, more jams. Do we want more jams? No, let's try and save our sin. Let's bring in some hill. Oh, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, just start hitting that, please. That'd be nice. Okay, well done, Arcarinson. You've taken out one whole one. You've done well. They've got a sin out on their side as well. Do we want to play the nail? This card, this beautiful veteran, right? It's, you know, fairly good for a what are they called? Rare card, but it could potentially get a huge amount of rally and just nuke whatever I put in front of it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rally. So I do want to start getting that, because we might also take a strike there as well. Do we need to jam some stuff? I think we might need to jam some stuff and slow it down a bit. Okay, the sin's doing well. Sin's doing well. His armor's holding. It's doing a fair amount of damage. We're going to get a jam off on something. I'm going to bring in some strike. We need this strike. Okay, jam. Yes, that's good. The Noble Defiance isn't up yet, which is cool. Can this sin? No, this sin won't take out this Zodiac. This go. Oh my god, this is tense. We're not going to get a jam. The Constrictor's not up yet. We're going to take a huge amount of damage from this Noble Defiance. That's probably going to go. It's only got the 2 rallies. I have taken out some Zodiacs, so we might be okay here. Oh yeah, sin. Go, go, go. That's beautiful. Beautiful work. Okay, that's okay. We can take that. Take it on the nose, and then we get this strike coming down. Whew. That was pretty cool. Pretty tense, but pretty cool on that fight there. Good fight. I do like beating those mono decks when you finally find a sort of chink in the armor and exploit it and get through. I had a great opening hand on that one. Allowed me to do it. So rank 81, 3 to play. Okay, early drop sin. That's not good. That's kind of scary. So whatever I put in front of this is going to get a strike 7 because of the buff, plus 6, which is kind of 13 damage straight off the bat. Now the only thing that's going to be able to hold that is the sin, but eventually my sin will go down before their sin because just because really. Although I do have enfeeble. Okay, let's try it. Let's see what happens. So you take the 2 from Barracus. Okay, that wasn't a good idea. That really didn't work at all. In fact, I should have played something with evade. Probably the auger would have been a far better choice there. So my first mistake of the brawl has probably cost me this one. Yeah, the Taz is going to get jammed and then nuked. Let's try and get the jam to fall on the purifier. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, sin was nuked anyway. Well, there you go. This is just a game of mistakes, this one. Not how I wanted this one to go at all. Now the auger will take out that horrible card. Yeah, we've got an all works upper as well. That's scary. But it's now facing off a Demi, a fully activated and operational Demi Constrictor, and we've got Iron Converters in here. Look at these. Okay, so yeah, I don't think this game's going to go anywhere. We've got some strike coming in from the Arc Nova Elite on the enemy side now. Buffed strike, I hasten to add, and that's it. We're out. So I played that horribly, absolutely horribly. I shouldn't have played it that way. Would we have had a chance? Yeah, surely there's always a chance, but not this time. So I think we've got 2 battles left. This is it. Coming up to 2 battles, we were going into a mono imp, and we don't really have the card to deal with it again. So, what do we want to use? Okay, the best chance of healing is going to be on the Arcnova Elite, because I can pull the Sanctuary or the Taz, which will help keep it up from the counter of this Storm Reaver. The fastest card at killing it is going to be the Arc Sin, but it's going to take counter 4 every time it hits. Now, potentially, with a strike of 7, it could 7, 13. So it could kill it in 2 turns, taking 8 damage. But the chances of the strike landing elsewhere are quite high, and get higher with every card placed. But you gotta kind of gamble sometimes. We will bring in our poison to deal with this potato now. And oh yeah, that strike landed on it. We just need another one of them. Give me that again. That would be amazing. Go on. Yes. Ah, no, I thought the strike landed on it then. It wasn't. It was non-strike. So unfortunately, the Sin is now going to kill itself after having done its kind of job on the Reaver, which is really quite unfortunate. The Auger's going to get a jam off against the nail, but the nail will hurt the potato and load that poison in. So I'm going to bring in my own jam. The potato is now inhibited, and there goes the jam on the nail as predicted. We're going to be taking strike from this elite squadron. I'm going to bring in the constrictor. So that's okay. Our Auger's still up, just about, so it should be able to hit that elite squadron very hard. We're going to be able to load some poison in on the Auger Ream up top. Although it's going to rally as well, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's, sorry, 9, 10, 11. So it's not going to rally enough, but then the Auger will kill itself on the nail next go. So that's fine. We've got a flurry unit coming in here behind. Maybe we should bring some weakening at that point and enough health pool to actually stand that flurry. We get the jam, which is fantastic. So that's all okay. Bring the synergy in with the Arcnova Elite, and we've got this one, which is pretty cool. I think we've got this one. Yeah, that's fine. The rally was real on the Auger from itself and from the Sacred Sanctuary. So there you go. The strike finally came in and cleared the decks for us, and we've got 1 game left. So we're sitting at rank 70 now, which is just amazing. I'm really happy with the rank this fight. To be a free-to-play deck and to be hitting rank 70 with an hour and 7 minutes left. I don't care if I get pushed out the 100. That's fine. You know, I wanted 1 to 500, and I've actually picked up probably 200, unless there's lots of people holding to dump. So that's pretty cool. Let's go in for our final battle of the brawl. And we're faced with a Zillion, so if we hit it, we're going to get countered. If we let it hit us, then we're going to get inhibited and poisoned, which isn't great with the buff and Barracus and the poison. So we have some choices here. We can jam, or we can just hit it really hard with the Sin. I'm favouring the jam, because the Taz will heal itself up through the counter as well, because it's the only Xeno on the field, and then we can play the quick card against the Fanatic. Do we want to do that? How much counter has the Fanatic got? Counter 5. So we will take a fair amount of damage on that, or we can play the weaken. I mean, luckily this isn't a 1 CD card, because we know that the jam from the Taz is going to land on the Zillion. So the weaken could go off against the Zillion. No, because the Zillion will be dead by the time the Fanatic's ready, which means the weaken will definitely land on the Fanatic. So I'm happy with that. Let's do that, because the Fanatic by that point will probably be playing off against the Taz as things shift over to the left, because Taz is going to kill the Zillion now and hit itself up. the weakened should go down on the only card that's ready to activate, which is the Fanatic, reducing from 12 to 8, which the Taz can handle, although it has got a strike 4 for 6 with a buff. So 8, that's 14. The Taz will heal itself up. It's going to take a counter. Ooh, I might have misjudged this. Oh well, if I have, I have. Let's bring some more jam in. When in doubt, jam all the things. Did I misjudge? No, not quite. That's perfect. So now the Taz will heal itself up. Does it heal before it hits? Should do. Heal itself up, hit and kill. Take the counter damage. The Arc Nova will face off against the Taz and kill it next go. But that's okay. Because now we're going to bring in... Where is all my heal? Oh no, someone's out. Where's my Sacred Sanctuary? And my Demi. That's what I want. So that's a huge amount of damage, but now we've got the Augur up, ready to jam, and we've got the Sin up. We'll take the Flurry to the face on Barracus. He loves a bit of it, it'll be fine. Although, careful, we're going to kill that Elite, which means the Flurry would hit the Sin and kill the Sim, which is a pity. Unless the jam goes off against the Flurry unit, that would be amazing. And the Strike probably will still kill the Sin. Ooh. Okay, I'm just going to bring in some heal because we are low HP. Okay, so the Flurry goes against the Augur, which survives the Flurry. We finally get our Demi-Constrictor out. Not enough to deal with that Flurry unit, but enough to stay up for another hit from the Augur, which will actually then take out that unit. Taz is kind of up, but it's going to heal through that Demi, but I'm okay with that. We can pretty much time this to bring the Nail, and then finally the Arc Elite to get that strike out in time with the Demi-Constrictor. There's going to be quite some damage coming from this Noble Defiance, but that's okay, we've got cards on field. So now hopefully the Noble Defiance will kill itself on the Demi, and that's the final game won. And there we see the final rank. So we are at 65 with 1 hour and 3 minutes to go. Well, there we go. The brawl is over, and would you look at that? I managed to hold at 79. Nail biting stuff. I thought I was going to get pushed out of the 100. It stabilised at about 78 for the last 15 minutes or so, and then dropped to 79 in the last minute and a half. I am absolutely over the moon. I mean, to hit that rank, and pick up these. Well, no, I'm not that fussed about the rewards, but to hit that rank with a free-to-play deck. I am just absolutely over the moon with how that brawl went. It was a pretty good brawl. I like the different background effects. I'm not a fan of background effects at all, really. I think having what can be in some cases absolutely necessary rewards in order to further your free-to-play deck, hinging on a background effect that may or may not satisfy your deck, because as I've spoken about before, there just is too much SP choke and not enough sort of card slots to allow you to develop and play different decks and kind of muck around a bit, and it's all about spending the SP wisely, which means you're limited as a free-to-play player to one deck, and you just continually progress that deck. And if you get a background effect that doesn't favour the deck, then you're not going to pick up those rewards. So I don't like background effects normally, but I having the 3 different ones over the 3 days was kind of interesting. It was, if I didn't get the strongest one on day 3, I wouldn't have made this rank, and again, that's just luck of the draw. I do prefer brawls when they have no background effect, but that's by the by. I'm going to take that and just be really happy with it, because the deck outperformed itself today, and over the last couple of days. Really pleased with that rank. And now we get to press that magic button. Let's see what we get on the claim rewards. Come on, you lucky dice. Please give me an Apex. I do want another Apex. Let's see. Commons, rares. What do we get? We've got a Black Rock and we've got a Sinew Feeder. So that's a bit sort of meh. We've got a Destruction Reaver sort of already built up for us, and we're not going to be using that, so that's probably salvage. We'll have a bit of a salvage issue. and that's really the reward. So I didn't do very well. I didn't get a legendary, but you know, it's not the worst cards to pick up because there's new fusions coming out this month, and it's likely that they'll be using these cards. The newer of these sort of free-to-play cards should be appearing in those fusions. So not the worst draw in the world. I would have liked to see an Apex crop up in there, but that's okay. We'll get it one day for our possible second demi if that's where we want to go. If you like what you see and it's been at all entertaining, then do please press that like button and pass the URL on to a friend. It would be appreciated. It keeps me making vids. Harlequin D signing out.